everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you've never been here before. I'm Tori and I run Pug Pipple Hedgie. This channel is completely about animals for the most part, and we've got a couple with us right now, dogs behind me. The other small critters are not with me right now, sorry. I do a monthly Q&A on this channel, and if you want your questions answered, you gotta leave them in the comments below, because every month I grab them from the previous month's video. So this month's questions are from October. So let's get started. What breeder did you get your hedgehogs from, and how much were they? Well, the breeder is a breeder from Dayton, Ohio, and it's called Hedgehogs or Hedgehogs. And I don't remember exactly how much I paid for my boys because it was 4 years ago. Sorry. What made you start a YouTube channel, and what made you want to get your first hedgehog? Well, what made me start my YouTube channel was a number of things. I feel like every time I answer this, I give a slightly different answer because it was a lot of different reasons. There wasn't a lot of information on hedgehogs. There was no active hedgehog YouTuber. I learned the best visually, so I figured other people would too. There's just a lot of reasons. And as far as why I got my first hedgehog, I think I mostly got them for a really stereotypical reason. I thought they were cute and interesting, so I got one. After doing research, any tips or tricks on bathing my hedgehog? My hedgehog hates baths and throws a fit every time I try and bathe her. Yeah, hedgehogs don't appreciate water much. Make it quick. That's about it. Don't let baths last too long. She might get used to them as she gets older, but realistically, that if they don't like water, they don't like water. Is it hard owning a lesser tenrec? Yes and no. So tenrecs in general are pretty easy pets, but what can be difficult is the fact that there's not a ton of information about them. Sometimes the information changes as things come out and we learn things. And another difficult thing is they can be quite expensive, and them going into torpor can be kind of scary. So yes and no. Do hedgehogs smell bad, like a range from a hamster smell or like rabbit smell? I don't have rabbits, so I don't know what they smell like, but my hamsters don't smell, and my hedgehogs can. Hedgehog feces has a pretty potent smell, so you do have to clean fairly frequently. I'm a new hedgehog owner, and I know this is a weird question, but what's the proper way their skin should look? And I really need to know because it's freaking me out. Okay, I have two things to this question. If you guys leave comments that are urgent on my Q&A videos, leave them somewhere else, because my Q&A videos, I specifically leave the comments alone and don't really answer them. As for the skin, hedgehog skin should look smooth, kind of like people's skin. It doesn't really, if there's like flaky patches, their skin's dry. If there's like crusty things, something's going on there that a vet needs to look at. What is a good type of cage for my 2-year-old hedgehog? Also, how can I get my hedgehog to stop pooping on me? As far as the cage goes, there's lots of different cages. Just make sure you're above the minimum of 4 square feet. And as for getting them to stop pooping on you, if you ever find out, let me know, because I have no idea. Is it a bad idea to get a hedgehog if you are 13? And if you are allergic to guinea pigs, are you then also allergic to hedgehogs? So for the first question, that depends on if your parents are going to commit to paying for your hedgehog, because hedgehogs are very expensive and they have very expensive vet bills. If they are okay with that, then no, I don't think it's a bad idea, but they definitely have to be on board. Even if you have like your own pocket money, at 13 you can't have your own job. So you have got to be sure that your parents are on board. As far as if you're allergic to guinea pigs, are you allergic to hedgehogs? Not necessarily, but I would definitely, if you have a tendency to be allergic to animals, maybe contact a breeder and see if you can hold a hedgehog before actually buying one. Ew. Gross. My lipstick's like falling apart. This lipstick isn't very good. How did Finn change during torpor in terms of eating and behavior? My little guy has been eating properly since he went into torpor, thanks. If he's eating properly, he's probably not actually in torpor. Finn has only done a partial torpor last year. This will be his first full torpor. So last year he still ate somewhat. Their first winter, you sort of want them to go into a partial torpor because they'll weigh the least amount that they will ever weigh in their life, hopefully. And so you don't want them to go into a full torpor because they haven't built up their fat reserves. This year he has built up his fat reserves and then some, so we will see. I got a lot of comments about, I think in my last video, I'm pretty sure I said I didn't think hedgehogs made good pets for kids, and I stand by that opinion. I recognize that there are some children that disagree. There are a lot of children that disagree. I take your disagreements to heart, I do. The reason I don't think they make good pets for kids is because they're exotic pets, and I get a lot of comments from people who say like their parents won't take their hedgehog to the vet because they are so expensive because they're exotic animals, or like just stuff like that, and usually revolving around money. And so my general consensus is that they don't make good pets for children, but that doesn't mean that they can't be good pets for children. What should you do if the person you really want to rescue a hedgehog from won't answer and you've been waiting a while? Maybe find another hedgehog to rescue. That happens a lot on like Craigslist. That happened to me, what, in April, May, June? Something like that with a hamster. It's unfortunate, but it happens. Do you hand wash your fleece liners? I do not. I machine wash the heck out of them because hand washing is a pain in the butt. Would you ever own rats, and do you watch Once Upon a Time? I would own rats. I love rats. I think rats are one of the cutest animals in the world, hands down. Like, so cute. Oh my god. God, my roots are so light. I need to dye my hair. Just gonna casually sit up. You guys can't see them. It's fine. If you can't see it, it doesn't exist. And I don't watch Once Upon a Time. I used to. It's been a long time. I think I watched up until like season 3, about there, roughly. Okay, this is a long one, and I think it might end up being one of the last ones, so bear with me here. I got my first tenrec. He is about a year old and super cute. Please advise me on how often I should handle him now that he is going into torpor and new to our home. My gut says I should handle him at least once a week so he gets used to us / our scent, but how do you gently wake him? He has bitten me just once, pretty hard, but even that one time I felt guilt, like a bad pet owner, like I was stressing him or something. He is really sweet, nevertheless, and we love him. Thanks for all the info. So, ideally, if he's going into torpor, you don't want to wake him up. That doesn't mean you can't handle him, but you don't expect him to interact with you, is basically what I'm saying. You can get him out and let him sleep on you, but other than that, you really don't want to like push him from hand to hand or like move him around a lot so that he wakes up, because ideally, even when he's spending time with you, he should be sleeping. You can wake them up periodically. That can sometimes help them come out of torpor at the end of winter, but you don't want it to be like this big event where you like try and get them to play with you and things like that, because that's not gonna be what they want to do, and tenrecs are prone to biting when they're not happy, so he will let you know if he's frustrated with being woken up. But again, that doesn't mean you can't get him out of the cage. Once a week sounds great. You could probably do it more than that too, and just let him nap on you or whatever. But as far as bonding goes, you're really going to get the most bonding done when summer hits. I'm not sure if you will see this, but what do you think about spaying neutering for cancer prevention / breeding prevention. Roommate lives across the house, has a male, I have a female. I've heard cancer is common in females, so yes or no? Too invasive, or is anesthesia too rough on them? Just want your thoughts. My thoughts on this are complicated. As usual, what's new? So, okay. You asked for both cancer prevention and breeding prevention. Spaying and neutering as a breeding prevention, I don't agree with, because that implies that you're going to be putting the hedgehogs together. And hedgehogs are solitary animals, so your best breeding prevention is to not put them together. So there's that. Like, I don't think it's a breeding preventative. I mean, it is. Biologically, it is. But it's not a necessary one. As far as cancer prevention goes, it's sort of a mixed bag. This is just now starting to be a more common practice, and it is a sort of, I say common practice as in people know about it, but it is uncommon in that people don't do it a lot because it requires a vet that has a lot of experience with hedgehogs, because it is a tough surgery on them, both because of the anesthesia and their size and how invasive it is, particularly for the females. That being said, people are doing it now. It's sort of one of those things that you'll have to do research about and sort of make your decision on your own. If you had a vet that was really knowledgeable about hedgehogs and really experienced and had done the surgery before, then that would be, you know, something that you would have to decide. Apparently my cat is meowing at the door. So that's it for this Q&A. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question. I actually didn't get to a lot of questions this month, which is not something I like doing. I try and get through as many of them as possible, but there were a lot of questions this month. So if I didn't get to your question and you still want me to answer it, leave it in the comments below and I will hopefully get to it in December. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you all in my next video. Knox, do you want to say bye? You want to say bye to the peoples? Are you just going to sleep here? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, okay, bye. Okay, bye. He's falling asleep while I'm trying to take a thumbnail. Knox. Bubba. Oh, are you done? Say I just want to sleep. I didn't come in here to be bothered. Okay, go. Go do your thing. Baby, do you want to take a selfie with me? Or Felix? Felix, come take a selfie with me. Felix, I want a thumbnail. Bear, someone come take a thumbnail with me. Oh, I guess no one's taking a thumbnail with me. This is what I get for filming at 2 in the morning. Can you guys see that? It's 2:12. Why I'm filming at 2:12? Don't ask. I don't know. Yeah.